All right. What is up? Welcome, everybody. What's up, everybody? We are here for lesson 53. Second part, we did the audio and started the lesson last time. Don't forget, if you are watching us live, to put your comments down below and we will talk to you. Let me get I hate this collar. It's too big. Also, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. And if you're not watching us live, why aren't you watching us live? You should be watching us live Mondays and Thursdays at 7 so that you can get in the Christmas spirit with us. Actually, we should be in the Thanksgiving spirit, but one more Thanksgiving without eating my mom's food. All right, let's go. Mrs. Claus, Mrs. Christina Claus. How would you say? Eu gosto mais do calor do que o frio.
I like more the summer than winter. I like more heat than cold.
Okay, so remember we talked last time about the sandwich between the two things. So more than is the sandwich.
Okay.
I like
heat more than the heat. I like the heat more than cold.
The cold
More than the cold.
Good. Glass, how would you ask Helen if all of her family lives in Brasilia?
Does all of your family live in Brasília? Helena.
Helen?
Yes, he does. Oh, they do. Okay. Yes, they are.
Okay, so what was her question? It was with does, right?
Does.
So if her question is with does, if you use they, you're going to use the same form of does or do.
They do?
They do. Okay.
Okay.
So we have two choices. We can go with family as singular or family as plural. Okay. So
A família é singular. Is singular.
So if it's singular, it's not going to be they then. They is plural.
Yes.
Unless you have more than one family, but don't tell us because that's too personal and it might cause problems for you if you have two
Eu
families.
respondi they, né?
Yes, you did.
My family lives in Brazil.
My family. Yeah. So but let's use the short answer. Let's use the same kind of short answer. So the question was, does your whole family live in Brasilia?
Yes.
Yes.
They do.
Yes, they do. It's fine. But you didn't want to use they. But if you want to use they, you can. I would say yes, they do. You can also say yes, it does.
It
right?
does.
Because if you say family as singular, my whole family lives, it would be third person singular.
Sabia que family podia usar com it, chamar
Yes.
family.
So in the British use it more often. They use it as plural, and we use it more often as singular. My family is big. All of my family is here. But more British would be all of my family are here. So you can hear it. It's possible to hear it either way. I always say, though, how many families do you have? Right? And don't tell me if you have more than one family, because that could cause problems. But if you have one family, then my family is here, is the way that I look at it. All right, Helen. How would you say to Chris? Você é do Brasil, né?
You are from Brazil, right?
Right, good.
Right.
Aren't
Now,
you?
how?
Não,
Okay.
Aren't you?
Yeah,
That's
já
it?
sabia, já sabia o que eu ia perguntar. Very good. Yes. Exactly. The next question was going to be, how would you do it with a question tag? And so you did it with a question tag. Very good.
Mas
So,
peraí, não tinha que começar com uma pergunta, essa coisa?
You always say that. No, you
Sério?
don't.
Você vê
Confirmation
como eu não
questions.
consigo guardar as coisas? Sou
I
muito
know.
inteligente,
No,
gente. Desculpa, eu sou muito
this
inteligente.
is this is one of the rare ones. This is one of those that you have had some trouble remembering. But the question, that's why I call it a question tag. The tag at the end is the question. So you can, some people call them tag questions. I call them question tag because the key is the tag. The tag is what makes it a question, because otherwise it's an affirmation. It's a statement if you don't put that question at the end. So yeah. So let's go through those two. So if you just use right, which is the cheater's way, which is the easy way, is you're Brazilian, or you're from Brazil, right? You're from Brazil, aren't you? Then is the question tag. So that's the confirmation is only that last section. All right, Chris. Sim, eu moro em. What's your city?
Sorry?
What? Yes, eu moro em, and then the name of your city.
Okay. Yes. I live in São Paulo, capital.
Okay, so but is the house, because you've been at this house for what, like a year now? 2 years?
I have two houses.
Right. But I mean, this house that you have been staying in during the pandemic, how long have you lived there?
Okay. I'm living in Ibiúna,
Okay.
like a countryside, okay?
Yeah. So, and that's the perfect use right there. That's the perfect use of I am living, right?
Okay.
Because it's not your permanent home. It's not going to, you're not planning on living there forever, right? You're planning on going back to your apartment.
Okay.
No, well, it's a question. It's not an okay question. It's yes or no.
Yes. When the pandemic
when it's over, when the pandemic is over, what's the difference? This is very good. What's the difference here if I say when the pandemic is over or when the pandemic ends or finishes? Sorry, not ends, finishes. When the pandemic finishes.
I don't know.
Glass ID? No.
Oh, I don't know the difference among finish, over, and end. I don't know.
So in this case, you would say, I don't know the difference between, because because even though you have multiple words, you're talking about what this one means compared to this one, what this one means compared to this one, what this one, you know what I mean? So in that case, we use, I don't know the difference between.
I don't
know. So let's talk about it then. So tell me again, I was so focused on between there that I forgot the words that you said. So end, right? And finish.
Over.
To be over. So it's like, remember, we have
to be over.
To be able to, remember, has to be able to has to have to be with it, just like over has to have to be when we're talking about something that is ending or is done. Okay, let's put done too, just for fun. Done for fun. All right, and I'm going to put what I consider to be the synonyms for these words.
Okay. Finish, complete. To be over. Not going. Done.
Also not going. It's more, I would say, not going, but it's more to it's more towards finish. It's more towards finish, but I had a teacher, you know those kinds of teachers that are very, I don't want to say chato, those teachers that are very because I'm like this, that are very exigente. What's a good word for exigente in English? Very demanding.
Strict.
Yeah, strict is a little bit, It's a
Não.
little bit different, but I would say I would put it in a list of synonyms, but I would say that demanding is what more the word I'm looking for. So I had one of those teachers that would ask, so when we finished our work, so if we did an assignment in class, an in-class assignment, the teacher would we would say, I'm done. And the teacher would say, are you done or are you finished? Okay, so done to that teacher, and the idea is that finished means complete, that you did a complete job. Where done, for example, I'm done for the day. Maybe I didn't complete what I was going to do, but the time ended. I don't have any more time. I'm done. Okay.
Okay.
So, and then to be over is just less formal. It's not going on anymore. So and it's used a lot for things that have a temporary time span. A temporary time span. Like, for example, the sale is over. Okay, so it was going and then the time ended. The sale is over. Their marriage is over.
Okay. It's temporary. Temporary.
Not that it was going to be temporary, but it ended up being temporary. Yes. Okay. So for example, you can use it with somebody's marriage. Their marriage is over. It was designed. It wasn't designed to be temporary in most cases, but it ended up being something that was temporary. So you can say it's over. The game is over. It's used a lot for games. The soccer game is over. The election.
You said ended up.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Ended up. Acabou.
So ended up being, for example, acabou sendo.
Okay.
So someone's marriage was designed to be forever, but ended up being not forever.
Okay.
As coisas não existem mais, eu gosto.
Well, 50%,
50%?
50%. It's only 50%.
É, né? Por aí. Ai,
50%. 50% of my 50% of my marriages ended in divorce.
Viu, professor? Caso vivo, né, na nossa frente.
Oh my goodness.
E a gente não sabe o dia de amanhã, né? Ainda a gente tem uma vida pela frente.
It's true.
It's true. That's true. I sure hope it doesn't go to 100% of my marriages ended up in divorce. All right. So end, stop. So end is the main thing between end and finish. Those are the two that we usually compare, is that end gives the idea of something that maybe didn't complete, that maybe wasn't completed. It was something, I always like to use when we talk about money from the government, a government program. Government programs usually end. They usually don't finish because usually they just cut the money. It's not like, it was designed to be something for longer, but the money just cut, they ended it, they stopped it.
Okay, Willy, and is similar as done.
Similar to
done.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes. The thing with done is that done can be, and the reason I don't want to confuse you, but done has a possibility of being more like end, but it can also be like finish.
Okay.
But it's more towards end. But basically, especially done is a synonym. Done can be, if you have a list of synonyms, you're going to see end, finish, to be over, and done as synonyms. There's a very subtle difference between each one.
Yeah.
We like subtle. Subtle's good. All right. Good job. Good question, Chris. How would you ask, Chris, how would you ask Lassie? Onde mora a sua família?
Class, where does your family live?
It was like suspense, building suspense. Where does your
I
family?
was thinking
labor.
family like third person or
People.
not.
People.
People. I was thinking.
Em Setebá, né, amiga?
Where?
Setebá?
CTBA, Setebá.
Ah,
Curitiba é o código.
Setebá. Really? Setebá. I've never heard that one. That's,
What is it?
A
That's
gente
fancy.
abrevia CTBA. Quando a gente vai falar, quando escrever Curitiba, a gente põe CTBA sempre, nunca Curitiba.
That's like people from
CTBA.
people from Florianópolis say Floripa. People from Pessoa say Jampa.
São Paulo, Sampa.
People from Palmas say... Não sei.
The middle of nowhere. We say the
Nowhere.
middle of nowhere.
Nowhere.
Thanks for setting that up for me. The middle of the wilderness. Okay. Helen, how would you say minha família toda mora em Brasília?
My whole family lives in Brazil.
Okay. How would you say this word?
Buraco, hole.
Thank you.
Professor, eu
Helen,
não
how
sei
would- how would you
pronunciar,
say
falta
this
um
word?
W aí na frente.
Não falta.
Sabe?
Aqui não falta.
Aqui não.
Rolling.
Mas eu também não sei
Rolling.
direito.
Mas espera, gente, deixa ela falar só. Again, I didn't hear you. Sorry. Go ahead, Helen.
Também
Não sei a pronúncia, fala aí. Rolling.
How would you pronounce this?
Roll. Roll.
This is H de carro.
Radical demais.
This is
Oh.
O, like oh, who's that kid with the Oreo cookie? That's an old commercial, Oreo cookie commercial. Whole, whole, which is the same pronunciation as whole. It's the same pronunciation. So let's suppose that there's a hole in the ground. Let's suppose there's a hole in the ground, and we are going to tell Glacis to fill in the hole. You need to fill the...
Tipo,
Uau, you need to fill the whole hole.
com
You
que?
need to fill the whole hole.
Você precisa preencher o buraco todo.
Tá.
Yes.
The whole.
Como eu falo isso? Whole, hole?
Whole hole. It's the same pronunciation. It's like that.
É o Papai Noel,
You need to fill the whole.
There you go.
Hole,
Put on your
hole.
hat, Chris. Put on your hat and say whole hole.
I'm saying, hole. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell.
Good. That's all you know, right? No more. You don't know any more words. You'll have to look up those words, but for next class.
Ok. Tá muito quente.
Professor, então como é que fica? Como é que é a pronúncia? My whole family, my whole.
Whole.
Roll.
Não é R, é H de carro.
My whole family
Yep.
lives. Lives or live?
Lives.
Lives.
Tava certo.
Again,
Brazil.
you can say lives, you can say live. I say lives, most Americans say lives, but it's not wrong if you say live. My whole family, well, my whole family. Yeah, because if you say whole, then you're turning it into a singular. So it would, in this case, it would need to be lives. My whole family.
Poderia
lives.
falar all my family?
All my family.
Lives in Brazil. All my family.
All of my, daí, all my family, daí você colocou partes de total, daí live. All my family live. Yeah.
Live or lives?
Daí é live quando é
Live.
all, porque daí agora você está focado nas individuais. All the pieces, all my family, all my kids. So you can't say all my kid, right? So it can't be singular. You can't say all my kid. It has to be all my kids. So then
All
it
my
has to be
All
plural.
my family.
All
Live.
my family live.
Yeah, all my family live in that case.
Live. Live.
Oh, my family.
Melhor usar o feeling porque tá meio difícil. Né?
All right. Chris, ask Glassy if she works in POA.
Where?
In POA, if we're using codes. I live in PMW. Ask Glassy if she lives in POA. Yeah.
Let's see. Lives. Do you live in Poa?
In POA.
Poa. Poa. Poa.
Porto Alegre?
No, if she works, yes.
Poa é o quê?
Yeah.
Porto Alegre.
Not if she
PA.
lives. Ask her if she works in POA.
Do you work in Poa?
Nope.
Nope.
No. Where do you work, Glassy?
CTBA.
CTBA.
CTBA. And do you what
Best
what
place ever. Okay,
what neighborhood do you work in? What block or neighborhood or
okay, bairro seria o quê?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Downtown.
Downtown, of course.
Downtown.
Of course. Glassy's not going to work anywhere but downtown. All right. By the way, PMW I think is Palmas because PAL was already taken, PMS was already taken, everything was already taken by the time we got an airport.
Você já foi no aeroporto, de repente lá tem alguma sigla, sei lá. Ou tem aeroporto, não sei.
Tem, e é PMW.
Ah, então é.
PMW.
Because it took so long for us to get an airport that all of the other acronyms were taken. All the other I'm sure PAL was taken, PMS was taken, PAM, all of them were taken. So they just were like, what's left? Okay, PMW is left. You're gonna have to have
Essa, mas
PMW.
por que seria o W, né? Tô pensando em alguma coisa com o W, mas calma.
Yeah.
Calma.
Worst place. Não, tô brincando.
Oh, dang.
Não, desculpa.
No,
Dang.
Palma is not
Meu diabo.
short town.
Short, not short. What would we say for town?
Palma is not such a short town.
We don't say short for towns. What do we say?
No.
Small town.
Small.
Not
town.
huge.
Yeah.
Small town. Not
Small, not huge. Not huge. That
Yeah,
works.
well,
That is survival English. That is
Yeah,
survival
yeah.
English, not huge.
Small.
Helen,
Town,
how would
I
you
think-
say? Neste momento não estou trabalhando.
For who?
For Helen.
In this moment, I don't, no, I'm not work. I'm study.
Se tiver to be.
Se tiver to-
Tem que ter ing. I'm not working.
There you go. I'm not working. Okay.
I'm
that's
studying. I'm studying.
studying. Good. That's not wrong, but it's not the expression that we use the most. The expression we use the most is at the moment.
At the moment.
At the moment. At the moment. No, at the moment.
At the
Sorry.
moment.
All of a sudden I went French. At the moment. At the moment. I have a student who lives in Switzerland who speaks, she's Brazilian, who's lived there for 12 years and she speaks French. And so I'm getting some French influence in my
Nossa,
vernacular.
Daqui a pouco você não fala mais inglês, Jesus.
I know it's a problem.
É.
All right. How would you say, Chris, how would you say, eu não trabalho mais?
I don't work more.
You would think that, right? It seems like it would be, but Glassy knows. Look at Glassy. My goodness.
What?
Okay. It was for Glassy?
It was for you, but I saw Glassy's lips say the right answer.
É, mas ninguém viu, então só o professor.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Glass.
Agora,
Ahead, Glass. Eu não trabalho mais.
Anymore.
I don't work
Anymore.
anymore.
I don't work anymore. Nice job.
I don't work anymore. I don't work anymore. Okay. I don't work.
How would you say, Helen, how would you say eu não conheço ninguém?
I don't know. I don't know.
Não
I
sabe
don't
como
know.
dizer? Just
Nobody.
kidding. Close. Close.
Anybody?
Anybody or anyone. We'll go, even though cover your is glassy, she doesn't like the more formal. Anyone is more formal than anybody. So I don't know anyone or I don't know anybody. Chris.
I know. Sorry, I know nobody.
I know nobody. That works too. Good.
Nobody. Okay.
Or no one. Chris, how would you say eu nunca vou para lugar algum?
Eu nunca vou para lugar algum. Esse aqui. I never have gone to any place, anywhere.
Okay, so tell me, are we talking about habit or routine? Or are we talking about past to present?
Eu usei o present perfect.
You did. But my question is, are we talking about habit or routine? If you say eu nunca vou para lugar algum, or are we talking about specifically past to present?
I'm not sure. Eu nunca vou a lugar algum. Maybe routine.
Routine, I agree.
Routine.
So what is the verb tense for routine?
It's a past. I never go.
Simple present. I never go.
I never go to anywhere.
And you don't even need to. I never go anywhere.
I never go anywhere.
I never go anywhere. So these any's remember when we're negating sentences, we use these any's. I don't work anymore and não trabalho mais. Nunca mais would be like the idea. The idea would be nunca mais. It's that negação. Anymore, anyone, anywhere.
Okay. I never go anywhere.
Nunca mais sozinho seria never.
Nevermore.
I never be
Nevermore.
alone. I never be alone.
Nevermore.
Again, what? Never
Oh,
again.
never again. That works too. I'm sorry. Nevermore. Nevermore is from a poem by who's that goth poet? Goth American poet.
Pelo amor de Deus, poeta não.
Yeah.
Poeta só se for escrever para mim. Deus do céu.
All right. Next,
eu nunca mais serei sozinho.
Go. I love it. I love it. Let's do it.
I never be. No, I never.
So first of all, let's look. Is that past, present, or future?
Future.
Okay, so let's do future.
Okay. I want. Mas eu nunca mais.
Yeah.
I will never. I will never be alone, mas é mais sozinho.
Alone again.
Again. Okay. I will never be alone again. I won't ever be alone again.
Or I won't ever, right? So we have that when we have the negative, then we have to use the ever without the N.
Never.
If we don't have the negative, then we use never.
Okay. Okay. I won't ever. I will never. Okay.
So really we say as if it were outra vez, right? De novo. Jamais estarei
sozinha
sozinho
novamente.
Ou de novo. Yeah.
Outra vez.
Thanks. Let's go with Helen. Eu não trabalharei mais.
Anymore.
I will not work. I won't work more.
Oh, I
Anymore.
erased it. Never mind, I erased it.
Anymore.
Anymore.
Agora eu não esqueço mais. Anymore. Anymore. Eu espero não esquecer mais, né? Anymore. I hope.
That's good. That's good positive thinking, though. I have one student. It's so hard because every time she talks about how she's negative every time. Like every time she makes a mistake, and then she always says, "Oh, I'm never gonna get it." Da, 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 da. But that positive. I'm going to make a video about positive reinforcement, self-positive auto reinforcement. I don't know if that's Portuguese probably coming into my English, but self-reinforcement in language learning. I think it's really important because there's so many people that do that. I'm never going to get it. And after every time they make a mistake, it's not going to work. I'm not going to remember that. And it really has an effect. I've seen how it has an effect.
As pessoas não
Okay.
mudam, professor.
What?
As pessoas não mudam. People don't or don't?
Oh, yeah, they do. People do. People change every day.
Não.
Oh, yeah.
Não, temperamento não. Assim, eu nunca vou, eu sei que eu nunca vou conseguir falar.
Well, and you won't because you're doing it'll be a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you said you were going to change, you would.
Não.
Yeah.
Of course you will.
It's the power of positive thinking.
Okay.
All right, Chris, I wasn't
Yeah.
talking about you, but if the shoe fits. There's a good American expression. If the shoe fits, wear it. Chris, how would you say?
Será que a carapuça serviu, tipo assim?
Yes.
Professor?
Be positive, that's all.
Positive.
But I wasn't talking about you. Chris,
Yeah.
eu trabalhava 2 anos atrás.
I work it. I've worked since 2 years ago.
So what was the
But now anymore. But
what
now
was the
anymore.
sentence? What was the sentence in Portuguese?
Eu trabalhei até 2 anos atrás.
So, eu trabalhei até 2 anos atrás, significa que eu trabalho até hoje?
Não.
No. So, where are the feet? Ainda está trabalhando?
Não.
No. Where are your
Então,
feet?
passado simples, I work it.
Yeah, 2 feet in the past.
Pois
I
é,
worked
essa frase é pegadinha.
until 2 years ago. Mas
Yeah.
eu não posso usar o present perfect aí? I
So,
worked since
When do we
2 years
use?
ago.
Okay, I've worked since 2 years
But
ago.
now
Significa o
anymore.
quê? Mas I've worked since 2 years ago significa ainda trabalho. Eu tenho que, porque é um pé no passado, um pé no presente, é alguma coisa que tem que continuar.
I've worked for 2 years.
Eu acho que o que você quer dizer é I haven't worked for 2 years. Then we can use the
Okay.
present perfect because that has continued. My lack of work has continued for 2 years.
Sim, mas aqui não significa que eu parei de trabalhar. Eu só disse que eu não trabalhei por 2 anos. Eu posso estar trabalhando agora.
That's true.
Okay? É por isso que eu tenho que usar
Mas
o
não
passado.
pode, não pode estar trabalhando agora, porque daí é mudar de present perfect, porque tem que ser alguma coisa que está continuando.
Sim. Ok. Entendi.
Right?
Então tem que ser
So, se
passado
mudou,
simples.
você pegou um trabalho agora. I didn't work for 2 years. Daí a ideia é de until now. Now I am.
Ok.
Now I
ok.
am working.
Ok. Mas se eu não trabalho mais, I work it. I work it. Until
No,
2 years
see,
ago.
no. Okay, yeah. In these, out of these two, yes, it would be I worked until
I
2 years
worked
ago.
Until
Yes.
2 years ago. Ok, eu não trabalho
Yes.
mais. Ok.
And remember we
Yes.
when we use until até is when the thing changed. So here I was working, then 2 years ago it changed, and that's why we use until.
Ok.
How would you say até Glass? How would you say até agora estou trabalhando há 15 anos?
Professor.
I know you love these ones.
Então, por isso que eu adoro mesmo, sabe? Você me conhece, professor, não gosta mesmo. Professor, até agora. By now, não sei. Não é by now. Como é que é a gente? O que é?
At this moment.
Until
Não, hã? Não, until
At
não,
this
porque
moment.
não mudou, né? Então não pode usar until. Mas qual que era o outro mesmo? Tinha until? O que que é?
Teve aquela outra.
Mas
É
então,
aquela outra que eu
qual que é?
quero.
Então, justamente, eu tô perguntando.
Chris, do you remember?
Let me see. I was thinking. Still, no. I work.
So far.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. That's how you should remember it. So far, so good. Até
So far,
agora,
so
não
good.
mudou, ainda
Okay,
tá indo
so
bem.
far, so good.
Essa é a palavra,
Yeah.
professor.
Yeah, essa
So
mesmo.
far, so good.
So, até agora, eu estou trabalhando faz 15 anos, ou por 15 anos.
So far.
Nossa, professor, mas não sou assim. 15 anos é muito tempo, né?
Yeah, but you started working when you're what?
Mas essa pensa que eu tenho. Eu tô brincando.
No, but you started working when you were 15 or so.
Falta muito tempo para você se aposentar ainda, viu, Garcia?
Ai,
Muito,
meu Deus.
É o
Não.
ônus e o bônus, né?
com certeza.
Putz, eu nem sou assinada, nada, amiga. Eu acho que eu nunca vou me aposentar.
Uh-oh.
Thanks God, I don't work
Okay, so
Não,
how,
é assim.
what's the correct way to say that? That was your practice. That was your warm up. Now let's say it correctly. Graças a Deus is what? Put it in the chat. Put graças a Deus in the chat.
God
for
bless
the people
it.
that are watching.
God bless it. No.
Thank God, not thanks
Ah,
God.
thank
Yes.
God.
God.
Eu já sabia, não, tá bom?
Thank God.
Yeah, I know. Why didn't you
don't
answer?
work anymore.
Pois
I
é, professor, eu achei que fosse outra palavra.
just when
Ah,
I work just when I want.
yes. Want. Yes,
Want.
good. Want to would be better, but
Okay, I work just when I want.
okay, Helen.
Ficou a frase que eu não vi.
Who was that did that one?
Que frase, Helen?
Até agora. Oh,
Até
I
agora
told-
eu estou
yes.
trabalhando faz 15 anos.
There we go. Glass, como é que ficou?
So far, so good, né, amiga?
So far, so
So
good.
far. Então, I've been
So far, I have
I've been
worked.
Let Glass go. Go ahead, Glass.
I've been working for os tempos que o professor falou que eu esqueci.
I have worked.
Professor, pardon.
I've been working.
15
Not,
anos.
I've been working.
Yeah, well, I have worked. So remember, it could be either one.
Pode ser os
I have-
dois, mas é como eu tô continuando.
Yeah, I've been working quando você quer deixar claro que você não parou nesses 15 anos.
Tô deixando.
Agora, I have worked, pode ser que continuou, pode ser que você parou,
Parou.
mas o total é 15 anos. Mas você pode voltar a trabalhar novamente.
Ok. Pegou, Ellen?
I've worked
Sim.
for
Helen?
50 years.
Eu trabalhava no Congresso.
Como é que fala congresso em inglês?
Congress é bem difícil.
Congress.
I worked at Congress.
Yeah, usually at the Congress, porque é especial,
At the
right?
Congress.
The
At
Congress,
the
porque é
Congress.
nacional.
At the
né?
Congress.
Yes.
Power Puff.
Powerpuff.
Fancy
Yes,
girl.
Helen puts the power in Powerpuff.
Power Puff.
Very good. So
see.
be careful. I was going to tell Chris before, but I did a little bit. I did work it, right? Work it is work it. Faça coisa funcionar. Work it. Like when they're taking pictures, like work it. So worked. Worked,
it.
not
Worked.
work it. Work it.
Ah,
Worked.
tá. Ok.
Worked.
Work it. Work it. Don't work it. Work it.
That's better, but there's still a little bit of it in there. You
Work
have to
it.
work on that.
Work it.
Worked.
Work it.
That's it. That's it. Good.
I
That's
worked.
it.
I worked.
Helen, I worked.
Worked.
At the Congress.
Yeah,
At
but
the
can you repeat?
Congress.
I worked. I only wanted to hear I worked.
I worked. I
Ah,
worked
perfect.
at
Perfect.
the Congress.
Good. Chris, how would you say? Mas eu não trabalho há 2 anos.
But but I haven't worked. I haven't worked for 2 years.
Just to make sure.
Worked.
Yes, just to make sure that you got that. That was the one I gave you before. That's good. Good. Glass. No Congresso, que interessante.
At the Congress. What? Interesting.
How do you say que bom? Que ótimo.
That's nice. Não sei, professor.
Oh, great.
Não sei.
It could be that, but in this case, it might be better how, because you're
Oh,
like,
great.
wow,
How wonderful. How marvelous.
Interesting. Yes.
Marvelous.
marvelous.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
good. Marvelous.
Marvelous. Quem, eu?
Yeah.
Tô falando de mim?
Yeah. You are
No,
marvelous.
Chris. Yeah, good.
Marvelous
Very
girl.
nice.
Falando de mim, professor.
Yes, definitely. Very good.
Só que não, né?
Só que não.
So can- I didn't say it.
Só que sim.
É, mas I can read your mind. É.
Oh, jeez.
Como
All
é que
right.
fala em inglês? Só que não.
Just
Okay.
kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. Só que não. It's not.
Well, no. So here's what I would do.
I'm not joking.
So for example,
I want to
you-
know.
okay, holy cow,
No,
you're
you
You are
wonderful.
wonderful. Thank you.
Not,
Not.
Wonderful.
Not?
Not?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, not?
You are wonderful. Not?
No, you're wonderful. Not.
Sei, não é o caso. Ah, professor, não é o caso, né, professor?
Não, só que não é not, só.
Só
Pode
not?
ser. Pode ser. Só que não. Not.
You are wonderful. Not.
I really like you.
Ok. É assim, ó.
Not.
Você é maravilhosa. Não.
Yep.
Só que não.
Yep.
Eles não têm a tradução para o só. Que
É.
é
Yeah,
not.
I mean,
You are wonderful.
I mean,
Not.
you could say, you could add, not really. You're wonderful. Not really. Yeah, that would work too. Not really.
Okay. It's better. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, but we don't have like just that not. No, we don't have exactly sucky no.
Yes,
much-
really. Yes, really.
Well, yes, really would be if you're reinforcing it. You're wonderful. Yes, you really are. Yes, really.
Okay.
Agora você está sendo debochador.
That's true. That's true. How would you say, Helen, how would you say? Mas agora eu trabalho em casa.
But now I work in my home.
What do you, it's again, not wrong to say in my home, more common. Do you want to try what you think, what could be more common? No?
Oh, I don't know. My house?
Remember when we use home, we don't need an article.
Preposition, article.
Yeah, when we say I'm going, if we say I'm going, we don't need preposition or article. But if we say I work and we want to say en casa, then we don't need the article. But I work
Home.
At home.
at home. Good, that's it. See,
At home.
I knew you knew it. I
I
knew you
know
knew.
you, knew you, I know.
Eu tenho uma
I
questão.
knew you
Ó,
knew. I knew you knew.
Agora ele fala, eu sabia que
Não.
você sabia que eu sabia.
I
Você
knew
sabia
you
que
knew I
sabia,
knew.
sabia?
I knew that you knew that I knew that you knew that I knew.
Ai, meu Deus, agora você me complica. Mas é isso que eu queria dizer.
Olha, eu tenho uma, I have a question. A tua frase
Yes.
era assim, mas agora eu tenho trabalhado em casa. Mas
Não,
agora eu
foi,
tenho
agora
trabalhado.
eu trabalho.
Agora eu
Mas
trabalho
agora
em
eu
casa.
trabalho em casa. Mas agora eu trabalho em casa. É que eu estava pensando
Yes.
no presente perfeito. Mas agora eu trabalho em casa significa que eu não trabalhava, que era uma situação que mudou, que não é um hábito, né?
Right. Não,
Que
é
uma
um
coisa
hábito.
temporária.
Agora eu trabalho em casa é hábito.
Ah, tá. Entendi. Eu não posso usar o present perfect, né, aqui nessa situação.
You can.
Eu vou fazendo confusão para usar ele agora.
Não, mas se lembra. Depende também no sentido que você quer passar.
Ah,
Se
entendi.
você quer passar que é um tempo, você pode falar, but now I've worked at home.
Ok.
É possível. Não seria o
Ok.
mais usado nessa situação, mas se você quiser passar isso, nós temos muitas situações onde o sentido que nós queremos passar vai definir qual que vai ser. Se nós vamos usar como hábito ou se nós vamos usar...
Ah, uma coisa temporária. Entendi. I worked at home. Eu trabalho em casa. É uma rotina.
Não. Agora está
trabalhei.
fazendo a confusão, sim. Present, simple
I'm
present.
working.
Calma, todo mundo, deixa eu falar, por favor. So, quando nós falamos, só para evitar mais confusão, quando nós falamos de rotina, costume ou hábito, é simple present. I
Ok.
work at home. Eu tenho o costume e o hábito de trabalhar em casa.
I work at home.
I work at home. Agora, I am working at home, temporário. Ou alguma coisa que está acontecendo nesse
I'm
momento.
working at home.
I'm
Ok.
working at home. Ok?
Ah,
Agora, I have worked at home, porque o que acontece com I have worked at home? Pode ser desde que você começou a trabalhar que você já fez isso, mas não em algum ponto específico.
Entendi.
I've already worked at home. Eu já fiz isso. Talvez foi quando você teve 19 anos, talvez foi semana passada. Não sabemos porque present perfect, a menos que nós coloquemos since, não vai ter um ponto específico
Entendi.
quando aconteceu.
Ok.
But that's a very good question. All right. Chris, eu gosto de ficar em casa.
I like to be home.
Ok, eu gosto de estar em casa. Todo mundo
I
coloca
li-
estar e
I
ficar
like
e
to stay
ficar e
home.
estar.
I like
I
to
like
stay
to
home.
To
It's
stay
better.
home. Okay, so yeah, so it's not necessarily better. It
I like
depends.
staying home.
Calma.
Okay.
Okay, so it depends on the specific situation. Eu gosto de ficar da ideia ou que eu gosto de permanecer na minha casa, ou eu gosto de ficar em casa quando as outras pessoas estão saindo. Right? Porque se eu fiquei, alguém não ficou, talvez. Okay? So daí ficar tem um sentido um pouco diferente do que só estar em casa, onde você não está, talvez não está permanecendo ou não ficou quando poderia não ter ficado.
Não, mas eu gosto de ficar quando todo mundo está saindo. I like to stay home.
Sure.
É verdade. I like staying
Sure.
home. Ok.
Yeah. You can, and even I like to stay home alone. You know, I like to stay home alone and work on projects or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
My life is Paulo and I, just Paulo and I.
Yeah.
Today, here.
My life is just Paulo and
And I. And I?
how would you say minha vida é só eu?
My life is just me.
Então, se lembra, o truque para testar é que você vai tirar outra pessoa. Agora coloca Paulo e fala a mesma frase.
My life is just Paulo and I. And me.
Não, and
Não.
me, porque quando você tirou ele, você colocou me. Então você vai deixar o me e colocar ele de volta. Isso é o teste. Se você vai usar I ou me.
Não entendi, Willy.
Ok. Quando você falou, a minha vida é eu só. My life is...
Just
Não,
me.
não foi, yeah, falou just me, right? Que é o correto. Então, quando você coloca outra pessoa, você vai testar. O teste que você fez foi agora. O certo
Sim.
é me, porque você é o pronome de objeto.
Ok.
Não vai mudar o seu pronome quando você coloca outra pessoa.
Ok. My life is just Paulo and me.
And me. It's just
Ok.
Paulo and me. Agora, se
And me. Okay.
Him and me, exactly.
Okay,
My life is just
okay,
him and me, porque
okay.
vai ser o pronome de objeto, exactly.
Entendi.
Okay?
My life is
Porque o
just
sujeito é
all-
minha vida. A minha vida é o sujeito, é agora vocês são os objetos na frase.
Aham.
Agora, quando você fala, eu e Paulo vivemos a nossa vida.
Paul and I live our life.
Exactly, porque agora vocês são os sujeitos fazendo a ação na frase.
Entendi.
Agora,
Ok.
tira Paulo e você pode testar. I live my life ou me live my life. É
I
óbvio,
live
né?
my
Quando
life
você
or
escuta,
we live my life.
não vai ser me live my life, right?
Não, I
É
live my life.
como a Val me ensinou. Me não faz nada.
Mim não faz nada, é verdade. Ela ensinou certo.
Só que assim, mim é índio, né? Vocês moram em Palmas, eu não sei, mim é complicado, porque não dá para explicar assim. Tirando sarro.
Mas ela explicou aqui, então, pelo menos alguma coisa restou.
Certo.
All right. How would you say, Glassy? Tell us where your sister works.
É para eu responder isso?
Yeah, tell us where your sister works.
My sister works near here.
Not
Where?
Well,
Where?
okay, no, sorry. I said where, and then I said not where, but I meant like where and what place, where in what company or what
What
job.
place?
Family company. Yeah.
Oh, in the same family
Our
company.
family, yes.
You work together?
Family company.
No, I work in another business.
In another department. Another department. Yeah, that's the easiest. Instead of I'm sure there's a lot of working parts, as we say. So yeah, another business or in another department that works. Okay. Very good. What does she do?
She rents apartments.
Okay.
Pode
Very
ser.
good. Sure. I don't know. I mean, pode ser se ela faz. se for isso que ela faz, então pode ser. Just kidding. All right, Helen. Yo.
Could it be she manages property? She manages properties.
Properties. Yeah.
Properties.
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
Sure. That works. That's good. Helen, how would you say? Mas o trabalho dela não é interessante.
But her works is not interesting. Interesting.
If it were works, it couldn't be is, right?
Como?
You said but her works isn't interesting. Now é verbo, now vai ser works.
Então,
O
work.
trabalho. Yeah, o trabalho.
Work,
So something
but
important
her
here.
Work
Our
interesting.
work is not countable. Hours of work are countable, jobs are countable, projects are countable, but work is not countable. You don't say, I have 3 works to do this week.
You have 3 work.
Nope. You can't count uncountable. You can't have 3 anything. You can't have 3 monies. You can't have 3 times, right? A menos que seja vez.
Okay, I have much work, lots of work.
I have lots of work or a lot of work. You can't
Okay.
have 3. Good.
Okay.
You can't have 3 jobs if you have 3 specific jobs or
Okay.
projects or whatever it is that you work with.
I have a lot of.
But you have to find, if you want to make it countable, you have to find a way to make it countable by counting jobs, or like for me, classes or whatever it is. You have to find a way. You have to use something that's countable in order to use numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Chris, and that's not talking about your sister, Glassy. That was just the next one. I was trying to improvise because here it says my daughter works in a bank, and I was going to say, well, not only does she not have a daughter, but her kids are really young. So that's why I went with your sister. Chris, o trabalho dela não é tão interessante.
Her The work of her is not interesting.
Go with your instinct. Your instinct was right.
Or her work is
Not
not
or,
interesting.
not her, only. Not or, it's only her. It can only be her work. It can't be the work of her.
Her work is not interesting.
Não é tão interessante.
Okay. Isn't such interesting work.
Ah, good. That's English. That is survival English.
Mas ela esqueceu do A.
Survival
Tem que
English.
ter um não.
Her work isn't
Such
not
interesting.
work is uncountable. You can't have isn't such interesting work. But that's redundant, right? Because we have work twice.
Okay.
So that's why we don't say não é trabalho tão interessante, mas we say her work, o trabalho dela não é tão interessante. That's assim, tão interessante.
So
Interesting.
Her work isn't so interesting. Or you
I
can
am-
also say that interesting as well.
Willy, such eu
Yep.
posso usar também. Ó, such com substantivo não contável, eu não ponho artigo, é isso?
Exactly.
Ok.
Yeah.
Ok.
You're such a nice person. You're countable, so I use
Ok.
You do such good work. You do such good work.
e se fosse
Is it-
things, professor?
Good work.
If it was what?
Things, no plural, coisas.
Then it would be such what? Such interesting things. Yeah.
Things. Mas
Because it's
então,
plural.
É contável,
But it's plural. It's not
daí
singular.
põe o A.
Well, nunca coloca a com plural, right? You don't have a
porque-
cars.
Ok.
Tá, entendi.
Mas a pergunta dela foi quando é incontável se você coloca a.
Uhum.
Não. Coloca.
Melhor usar o sou direto e acabou-se.
All right. Glacia is showing us the top of her head.
Eu tô ficando careca, ó, não gostei dessa foto.
No.
Quem tá ficando careca? Gente, eu liguei meu telefone errado. Acho que eu tô vendo que a tomada tá esquisita.
All right, let's check our fan club. Plinio is
Okay.
here, of course. Gladeson's here. What is that? Is that
Ai,
a bad
fez.
thing? Is that a wave or is that a middle finger? I hope that's not a middle finger. I don't want to have to ban him from the channel. That looks like a middle finger, though. Hi, Diana. Good evening, Rogério Souza. Nice to see you. Pathfinder, game over. What's the difference between whole and all? So, good question. Whole is inteiro and all is parts of a whole. So, all of the people, all of us, all of the cake or the whole cake. So, all is parts of a whole. That's the difference. What difference between whole, all, and entire? Entire is more formal. It would be a synonym that's more directly related to whole. So the entire cake, the whole cake, they are direct synonyms, except entire is more formal. And then all is different because it's all of the parts of a whole. I'm out of work at the moment. That works too. I'm not working or I'm out of work. So the difference is if you say I'm not working, it can be your idea. I'm out of work usually means you lost your job. You're unemployed. Okay. Not so I can say I'm not working, like Chris and Helen could say I'm not working right now because they're retired. They wouldn't say I'm out of work. If I were unemployed, I would say I'm out of work because, well, God willing, in 5 years, I'm going to be retired. So at that point,
Não vai, não vai.
5 years, I'll be retired. Yeah.
Não. Mas vai continuar
Thank
dando
God.
aula.
Yeah, there you go. I'll have to. Boa noite. I never went. Hi, Lohani. I will work no more. That's super formal. Good class. Thanks, Monica. Thank God. Pelo amor de Deus, for God's sake. Yeah, that's true. Professor, a frase taken this medicine significa tomar, beber o remédio ou significa pegar esse remédio? To take, usually when we use take, so remember, to take this medicine dá a ideia de tomar
Você pegou de
Ou-
algum lugar e tomou.
ou roubar, right? So, quase sempre que nós usemos o take medicine é tomar, de engolir.
Aham.
Ou receber na bunda quando é injeção daquelas. Uh,
Tomar injeção é assim também?
so when we
I
say,
took my shot.
yeah, I took my shot. Yeah, you can take
My
a
shot.
shot.
Vaccine.
Sure.
Okay. I took my
But
shot.
but you don't say I took a shot. Then you would say I got a shot. So
I got a shot.
people that have to inject insulin, they would say I took my shot.
Yeah, I took my shot.
No, you gave it to yourself.
No,
No,
someone.
then you didn't
did.
take your shot. That's what I'm saying. If you give
Okay.
yourself insulin,
Okay.
right? If you are diabetic and you give yourself insulin, you give yourself the shot. Then you say I took my shot.
Okay.
If you got it from someone else, you would say I got a shot.
I got a shot. Okay.
So you wouldn't say like, normally you
I
would
got
say,
a
for
shot.
example, I got the vaccine or I got vaccinated
Okay.
in that
I
case.
got a shot.
So continuing on this, the last part here, beber o remédio ou significa pegar esse remédio. Remember, pegar usually is get. So I need to get that medicine so I can take that medicine. I need to get that medicine so I can take that medicine would be the difference there. Take being
Guilherme, você vai sair?
engolir. I'm not. I'm going to stay here for at least like
Pode
10
falar que tá
minutes.
no mudo.
No, it's
Não tá
not.
no mundo nada,
It's
amiga.
not.
A gente
Tá no mundo nada. Nós estamos aqui.
We can
Estamos
hear
escutando
you. We love you, Helen. Hello, Gleidson, escultor da lua. Wow, that's a big title. E a frase are they the same significa são iguais ou tem outro sentido. Are they mas é are they the same? Are they the same? São os mesmos ou o mesmo. So are they the same? Yes, it means são iguais ou são os mesmos. All right. Thank you very much, everybody who came to watch us. We'll be back on Thursday at 7 p.m. Don't miss us. And then make sure that you are interacting with us live like they were. And I will answer your questions and help you out as much as possible. These around me are the Powerpuff Girls. I am Professor Willy. Thanks for being here one more time. Come see us again. Until next time, I'm Teacher Willy. Keep studying